Hello, welcome to Human Animal Audit Corner. Everyone in the SPTV community, other communities, ex-Scientologists, and other cultists, come on into the kitchen and I got a recipe for you today. I'll be making stuffed potatoes or twice baked potatoes with vegetables. And of course, cheese. And I'll be making Armenian green beans or fasula. You can just call them green beans if you want. So, okay. Now, we're going to get right to the cooking. All right. Okay, let's see here. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that, everybody. I got the oven on 425. It's preheating now. Washed my potatoes, and it's ready to go in. And of course, once it's baked, take it out, stuff it, put it back in the oven. That's what you do with these. So we're going to put these in the oven. Alrighty. Now, we're going to wait 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. While we're doing that, we're going to start on our green beans. So, let's grab an onion. Now, when you make your green beans, you can use your regular tomatoes, but make sure you have enough of it so it can create a juice. You're going to need at least 3 or 4 cups of those. If not, you can use tomato sauce or your marinara sauce. You add 2 cups with those. Okay, now we're going to take a couple of onions. This wouldn't go up to this onions. So we'll get that. I got 2 onions left. So, now is it the same recipe my mother made? Sort of, but only difference is I love garlic in my green beans. Actually, portion of the time I do use garlic for almost all my recipes. So let's get started on the recipe, because it's a process with my baked potato. I have to take it out, stuff it again. Take it out, ungut the thing, put my vegetables in, put my cheese in, stuff it, and then put it back in the oven. But it is a process, so that's why I have this. And if it's not done by the time I'm finished with my potato, I'll find something else to do. So let's just get started. Okay, now, today, Aaron got a survey. Now, he said he wasn't sure, and nobody else was sure whether or not it was Scientology. I mean, it was another name that's being used. Of course, Aaron wasn't sure, but however, he took the survey anyways. Of course, he was right on his live and he was taking the survey. And he was very blunt. It was it was great that he actually, oh boy. Oh wow, okay, so here we go. Oh boy. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if I can just take this skin off instead of the whole thing. You know what? Okay, so take that off. Yeah, no. Okay, and now we're gonna cut these up. Oh no. Oh boy. Yeah, no good. So we have to toss this, but yeah, this is moldy, so toss it. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Food just molds and you're gonna have to toss it. It would be a lost cause, but what can you do? You just don't want food poisoning. So if you don't have a food processor, food compactor, do the best you can. I'm doing the best I can, and wait till either it's definitely lost cause or well, of course it's last cause if your food is rotted. So that's when you toss it. Or if you accidentally burn your food and it's not salvageable, toss it. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, trying not to take off the extra skin that's in there because that's part of the onion. If you can't take it out, well then I guess you can do it. So yeah, he answered all the questions, whether or not what he would do to actually, he answered that honestly. He said Scientology was the problem, and he said Clearwater is not doing very well, and that Scientology is the problem. Are they going to take the Clearwater's comments really seriously? Who knows? But if it's Scientology, guess what? They're not going to care. So, all right. Now, I forgot to tell you earlier, today I went from the art room to the kitchen. I was at my crafts table earlier today and then took it into my kitchen because next 3 days I'd be contained. So it's, yeah, for the next 3 days, within 3 days I'd be contained. So it's just, yeah. So I'm doing I moved my art segment up 4 days, and I actually moved my kitchen day 2 or 3 days ahead, which is today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. So I'll be detained somewhere between Friday, Saturday. If I come back Sunday, we'll see. So, okay. So we're going to cut this and put this in the food processor. We're going to make Armenian green beans or fasula. So, all right. So now I got everything ready in case everything goes dark. Right now it's fine. So we're going to cut this up. Stick these in there. And then we're going to stick that in there. And yeah, we better, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to throw this away, but I'll take this part out. So stick that in. Because that's the inside of the onion. So, all right. Now we're going to take, oh, great. Got my tablespoons. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to wash my lid while I was on. So, okay, we did it. I washed my lid. And my rags are dirty, so I should have done it earlier. So, okay. So now we have one pan. A medium-sized pan, not a large one. So we got that. Okay. Now, all right, I went for my cup. So here we go. I got 3 onions in there. So add 3. Or if they're small, okay, just take about 2 or 3 onions. These are shallots. So I thought it was a little bit easier to actually use them because I just don't want to take too long in cutting up my onions because I don't want to be in tears. But guess what? Use your food processor. It's better because you'll save a tear if you actually use a food processor. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, right. All right. We got a ladle. Okay, now we're going to have a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, there we go. Now this is the recipe I had when I was a little girl and my mother made it in her kitchen. And she was the greatest lady in the world. Of course, we'd be button heads today if she, at the end, ended up with Alzheimer's disease. So she was, and in combination, she was also schizophrenic. Mental illness, as you can tell, runs in my family. My father was bipolar before he passed away. My brother, I'm not so sure. I don't know. But I'm not going to give you his name either. So, okay. Okay, so, and I'm also going to put garlic in mine. Now, did my mother put garlic in her recipe? Well, it's the same recipe, but maybe not. I just forgot. But I definitely know she put onions in there, so I'm going to put onions in there as well. So let's turn it on. Oh, no. Wrong one. To medium to high. So we're going to put 4.5 in. Okay, whatever. All right. Now we're going to wait until it heats up. Meanwhile, I'll throw these away. And as you know earlier, yesterday, Claire and Mark had a fundraiser in the form of a comedy show. They were at a club last night. And was it a success? We'll eventually find out. So, don't we? So, it was to raise money for the Aftermath Foundation, the baby they had them lift off the ground to give support to the people who are coming out of Scientology, which is great. And that number to the foundation, if you're a Scientologist coming out, is 188 free 002. And in the UK, it's 0800 090 3372. That's 188 in the US, 188 free 002. And then in the UK, it's 0800 3372. That's the number of, and of course, it's the NJR Aftermath Foundation. So, gave you the number, and that's what it would support. It supported the Aftermath Foundation. Now, last night, was it a success with their comedy show? We'll find out. So, eventually, we will find out. Was it a success? We will find out. Because it's still early to know whether or not it was actually a success. So it's going to be a bit. So, you know what? I got to blow my nose. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I'm going to use sanitizer. Don't worry, I'm not going to cook. And there's nobody else coming in anyway. So, and, okay, it's in there baking away. All right, it's ready to go. So let's chop it up. Let's chop up the onions. And then next week, when I actually, like I said, I'll be detained within 3 days over the weekend. But next week, I'll make it up to you by coming on all week, by painting and creating, and maybe I'll paint on canvas for you. But however, on Thursday, I'm definitely going to do my story on how L. Ron Hubbard managed to start by using one of the branches of witchcraft. So, no, I'm not going to tell you anything else. Come join me on next Thursday, because now I had to rearrange everything because the next 3 days I'll be detained. I just found out about it. All right, so, all right, and it only takes 2 seconds to actually use your food processor. So no tears, no nothing. So I'm gonna get a regular spoon, and then I'm gonna stick it in so you do less crying. That's why I'm using this. Wow. Oh boy. But you know what? I heard somewhere that an onion could clear your sinuses when you got a cold. So when you use just make sure you use onions when you're creating a dish, because it's great to drain out your nasal passages. Oh my gosh. And oh my gosh. And oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, and wasabi, the paste, it's also good for when you have a cold. I heard it somewhere. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Oh boy. You know what? Before, I used to be so good at scraping everything out. But when my mother was around before she got sick, she knew how to scrape a bowl clean, whether it's an onion or a cake batter. When it was a cake batter, me and my brother never had a chance to lick it. It was just so clean that it was, oh my gosh. It was so funny. And I'm thinking, oh, well, there's not much to. Oh, excuse me. Yep, it was so funny too. So we're gonna put 2 teaspoons of garlic. You want to put one more? Go ahead. You want to put more? Just make sure you don't stink, okay? Because garlic is so strong. Okay. So now I'm gonna stir this up. Oh, I forgot to take out my green beans. How do you like that? So if it's fresh, that's great. Use those. Those are better. But you know what? I'm lousy at getting to my fresh vegetables at times. So I choose only to buy freezer. So, okay. So we stir this up. We saute it until it's golden brown. Let's get rid of these. Now, is it going to look like my kitchen's going to blow up? We'll find out. So we'll unplug this, and we're going to set it aside. Excuse me, I got to blow my nose again. Oh my gosh. All right. More of this. All right, so now, okay. Now, if I spoiled your dinner, I'm sincerely sorry. But I did excuse myself. So, okay. All right. So we're going to saute the onions, and while that's cooking up, I'm going to go get my green beans. Okay, here are my frozen green beans. So we're going to make sure it won't be as bad, but you can still use it when it's frozen. So, hi, all my mods. How you doing? Now, do I have a certain amount of mods? You know what? I don't know. So maybe there is. So far, I put 3 onions. One of them I had to disregard, but I added 2 onions. One was small and the other one was big. So I added my onions, 3 tablespoons of garlic, and now I start stirring it up while I have my baked potatoes in the oven for us to make twice baked potatoes with vegetables, mixed vegetables. So it's gonna cook. Let's see. Now, if it's soft, that means it's ready to go. Okay, it still has to cook for another maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So, okay. And I have the oven preheated to 425. So, now, earlier I mentioned that Scooter Mom featured me on her channel. Actually, I made a huge mistake. I thought that she didn't want... She told me to turn the volume down. I thought she didn't want my clip, and I actually, after that, I apologized to her. Now she's actually featured me. I'll send her another apology letter, but she did feature me. Now, should I send one to Antics of a Mama Squirrel? All right. Okay. There. All right. But the thing is, Scruffy, the dog that's supposed to be my introduction, is getting all the views, but guess what? Not me. The dog got 1,000, I think 1,200 views. Yes, my dog did better than me, apparently. So I have to find a way to draw you guys in. So, all right. So now, stir fry this. Stir it up. Okay. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put our green beans in. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're going to cut this open. stick in the green beans. You know what? I should add another one in. Yeah, hold on. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna add another one in. So it's just too small. So I'm gonna put extra ones in there. Now, if you were here earlier, you know, Aaron went through his first trial. He was found not guilty. But guess what? Bad news. He's not out of the woods yet. He has to have another trial, which should be a piece of cake since everybody in Clearwater knows exactly what Scientology does. So it is hard to actually not hear the stories about Scientology while you're in Clearwater. Now, it could be anywhere in Clearwater, not just the downtown, anywhere. So there's no way anyone's going to think, you know what? Yeah. Who do we get that never heard about Scientology or the protesters? None. So you can't live anywhere in Clearwater and not know who Scientology is or what Scientology is. So, okay, now we're going to stir this up. It's 2 packets. I put 2 packets in there. And then I'm going to add a whole can of tomato sauce. Now, you can use any tomato sauce. Okay. So stir it up. Or you can use a can of tomatoes. It's fine. I would use those too. Although, you know what? I'm going to use the can of tomatoes. So since I put another one in, I'm going to put in a can of tomatoes. Okay. Oh, where is it? Ah, here it is. So we're going to put 1 can of tomatoes. Yes, it's a big one, but you know what? It'll fit in there. So this is about 28 ounces. It's a pound, 12 ounces. So what can you do? So let's see. So we're going to open this can and then dump the can of tomatoes in there. As soon as we're going to keep on stirring until it thaws out. Now, it could be anything. It could be a can of tomatoes. It could be spaghetti sauce. It could be even the fresh tomatoes in there. But you're going to have to make sure it's at least 4 cups if it's a regular tomato. So it looks like my tomato's going to, baked potato's going to bake for about probably 15 more minutes. Anywhere between 30 to 15 minutes. But guess what? I'm going to find more things to cook. All right. Keep on stirring. Now, seasoning in. Maybe the pepper. I got to finish with this pepper. Now, I think this pepper has been here since I moved in. But I didn't think it was a difference. So it's, yeah, maybe I'll just, yeah. I'm not going to toss this, so I'm going to use that. Okay. So I think I'm going to, well, my fresh one. Where did my fresh one go? Okay. Okay, well. Now I'm going to also add oregano. So let me find my oregano. Yeah, there it is. That's what my mom used to put in her recipe. Okay. Well, can't find it, so we're going to have to use that paper. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it, that I actually use this? But wait, what can you do? So we're going to use 1/3 pepper. Yeah, 1/3 pepper. And should I use salt? Maybe 1/4 of it. But if you can't, yeah, I'll use 1/3 salt. But if you can't use salt, please don't. Usually I don't use salt, but lately I've been using salt. So, okay. 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 So there we go. Salt's in there. All right, now we're going to let this cook up. Oh, as soon as I put my oregano in. Did my mom put oregano? I would assume so. And did she put black pepper? That I don't know either, but okay. But she definitely put in onions. All right. So there we go. And we're going to put oregano. We're going to put a teaspoon in. Oh my gosh. Is there another oregano in here that I already opened? Let's see. Curry. Bay leaf. You know what? No. So I guess I'll use this. All right. So we're going to put the oregano in. So don't worry, I'm not going to bore you to death. I'll just okay. All right. All right. Here's a teaspoon. There we go. So just a teaspoon in there. And you won't have to actually do much. Okay. So we put this away. Okay. All right. There we go. I'm going to stir this up and then let it. I'm not going to waste anything. So, okay. So there's the green beans. Okay, where's my, here it is. So we're going to put the lid on, let it cook up, and then as soon as it sizzles, I'm going to dump the tomatoes in. So let's check on our potatoes and see if it's cooked. If not, we'll find something else to make. So let's see. Okay, yeah, you need to bake a little more. So you know what? It won't make a big difference. Let's just or the tomatoes in there. So let's do it. All right. Now I'll find something else to make. I'm not going to bore you, and that's the last thing I'll do. So. And then we're going to add a half cup of water. Okay. That was a half cup. So you can put tomatoes, tomato sauce. You can also put your fresh tomatoes, or if you know your tomatoes has to be used, you can use those. Just make sure there's enough for 4 cups, or maybe 3 or 4 cups. Because letting it rot is not such a good idea. So use those. Use anything that you know has to go, because nowadays you can't toss out food without it putting holes in the ozone layer. So all of us, even me, has to be careful. So let me see. How about making pumpkin pudding? Let's see if I can find it. Okay. All right, now let's see here. Oh boy. Guess what, everybody? I have to wash this real quick, so let me do it. All right. All right. I should have just washed it yesterday. So let's see. Where is here we go. So let's just dry this out. All righty. Now I'll just move this over here. Okay, I'm gonna actually move this over here so we can see what we're doing. Okay. Now, you know what? I'm gonna move this over there. So let's see. Okay. Medium to high. So I'm gonna put it on. Five and a half. So I'll just put it on medium. Just put it on medium. About 4.5. Okay, so. All right, now, where is it? Oh, here it is. All right, oh, yeah. Okay, I have to wash this. Oh, maybe I threw, oh my gosh, where did this come? You know what? I have to wash it again because I might have cleaned with this, you see. Hold on. Gotta wash this again. So here we go. All right. Now, there we go. Now, definitely, this is clean. So, had to wash it again. So, here we go. We're going to make pumpkin pudding. Of course, I should have done it back in the fall, but okay. So, over the holidays, over the Easter, I'll be baking all okay. Weekend long. All right. So now in the place, where is my flax seeds? Ooh, oh, here it is. Okay. There. Flax seeds. So we're going to put 2 tablespoons of flax seeds in there. Now this is in a place of eggs. So it should be 2 tablespoons of flax seeds, but if you want to use eggs, it's 2 eggs. But me, I'm trying to be vegan, so I'm just going to use flax seeds. But however, if it's not grounded up, you can use your coffee machine. Hold on. Okay, it's filled with coffee, but you know what? We could use this, but I'm going to use the damp part of okay, there we go. All right. All right, here we go. Now, okay, I'm going to tear this part. And then the wet part I'm going to take and wipe it up. Okay. There we go. So just if it's dirty and still has coffee in there, just wipe it up with a paper towel or, yeah, just wipe it up with a wet paper towel and you'll be fine. So now we're going to grind up our flax seeds. And if you're not a vegan for some reason, I mean, yeah, you can use, well, 2 eggs. I'm not going to cram anything down anyone's throat. Now, this is in place of 2 eggs. 1 tablespoon equals to an egg. All right. Okay, now we're going to plug in our coffee machine. Oh, geez. Okay, so, all right. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to wipe this off, the one that has the oil in it. Okay. So, here we go. Now, it's not going to hurt the flax seeds. Okay, so here's one. Well, sticking a little bit. Okay. And two. All right. All right, now plug in our coffee machine. Okay. And then grind up the herbs. Now, you can use it to really ground anything. So here we go. Here we are. Okay. We're going to grind it up. Very, very well. All right, there we go. All right. It doesn't really take too long either. The old-fashioned way, back in the earlier years, you use a grinder. Or you use one of those things that I don't know what it's called. It's the stuff that pharmacists used to use in the earlier years. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to dump this in. We're going to scrape this. Yeah, this has garlic in it, so is it going to spread? I hope not. So, all right. Or I should use this. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. Where's that? Okay, well, now we're going to unplug this. All right. Okay. So I did let you guys know ahead of time. So here we go. Okay. All right. All right. Oh. Okay. So, oh my gosh. It was this. All right. So let me get a. Oh my God. Okay. There's not too much damage in there. So, all right. So we're going to seal this up. Put it back into the cabinet. Now we're going to add 2 cups of. Okay. No, it's not this one. All right. It's fine. It's there. Alrighty. Now we're going to put 2 cups of plant-based milk in there. It can be any plant-based milk. Hold on. Okay. All right. Now, is this 2 cups? Let's see here. Let me think. Ah, here it is. All right, so let's check. If not, well, it doesn't hurt any, so. Nah, oh well. All right, so there it is. So we'll just finish it off with water. So let's see. All it is water, so let's just do the 1 cup. See, there it is. All it is 1 cup. Yeah, we needed a half more cup of water. All right, so there it is. Okay. So it's, yeah, that's what it is. This is oat milk, and it's really oatmeal and water, so it's not going to hurt any. So we're going to see if we can add another half a cup. Okay, so this is all it is just oats and water. So it's no big deal. Okay. So let's just stick it in. That's it. So it's not really a huge deal. So. All right. Okay. All right. Now we're going to cook this up. I'm going to stir it. Okay. And it's going to chill overnight. And I'm going to wait until tomorrow to eat it. So we're going to actually put this on low heat. Where is the low heat? Oh, let's just put it on melt. So on 2. So we're going to put it on low heat until it mixes. All right. And then as soon as it bubbles up, we're going to put, wait a minute. We're going to put 1/3 cup of cornstarch. Let's do that right now. But if you don't have cornstarch, flour would be fine. So, okay. So we're going to use 1/3 cup of cornstarch. Okay, here it is. There we go. And then you're going to stir it up, no clumps. So make sure there are no clumps in there. Okay, so just keep stirring and stirring and stirring. Now I'm going to put this away. So guess what, everybody? You're not going to be bored. So we're going to stir this until it bubbles up. And then we're going to add a pumpkin. Yeah, 2 cups of pumpkin. And then we're going to turn. Yeah. Let's try 2.5 cups and then turn the rest into pumpkin soup. I think. Although there's other. Let me try that. So. Okay. Okay. Now, some of this was salvageable. Oh, no, it's not. So, it was only a couple of weeks ago, but so, yeah, it's a lost cause. So just It's pretty bad. So, okay, so we're going to try 2.5, maybe 2 cups, maybe 2 1/4. Let's see here. Let's see how it's going to turn out. Now, do I want to, you know what? Let's see if I come back Sunday, then we can use this. So, all right. Once it all right, now we're gonna, okay. So we're gonna wait till it bubbles. Now keep on stirring. Now we're gonna use 2 1/3 cups of packed sugar, 2/3 cups. So we're gonna find our 1/2 cup. Find it. Oh yes, here it is. Okay, 2/3 cup of packed brown sugar. So okay. So we're gonna keep on stirring it, but don't let no lumps in there, so you gotta keep stirring it vigorously. So and then as soon as it boils, let's stick in our brown sugar first. Okay. Now I was gonna wait to another day, but you know what? It's fine. And if you're missing one ingredient, it's not gonna make a difference. So, okay. Okay. Keep on stirring. Now, let's try and add the brown sugar in if I can. Here we go. 2/3 cup brown sugar. Okay. Make sure it's not completely hard. It can't be completely hard, but if it is, stick it in the microwave and it'll loosen up a bit. So, okay. Is it gonna work? You know what? I think so. So, and guess what? My halva is still here. I did not eat the whole plate. And it was an entire month before it was gone. So be careful. Don't eat too much sweets or cholesterol, because that thing is mainly butter and sugar. So make sure we can't have it all the time, especially with people my age. So, and you only limit it to one. You don't want a bellyache. So, okay. Okay, let's see. Stir it. Okay, so it's okay. Here's the packed one. So it's going to be all packed. So I'm going to still stir it. This one's empty. I know I got more brown sugar in there somewhere. Yep. Oh, well. So, here we go. All right. Oh, no. This ain't the brown sugar. Silly me. Oh, there it is. Another brown sugar. So, I grabbed the wrong thing. It's pure cane sugar. So, we'll grab the wrong thing, and it was right there all along. So, all right. There we go. It's going to have to be packed. I'm going to put a little more in. Okay, just use the 1/3 cup. Okay. And then at the same time, stir vigorously. Okay. Now, let's see here. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, it has to be packed. There we go. Okay, there. And then we're going to stick in the other half. So let's stir this part in first. Oh, okay, there we go. All right. Now, what else is up in the SPTV community? Let's see. Now, we got Aaron's second trial coming up. Talked about Jenna Miscavige earlier and how everybody in the world saw her as a victim when she actually disappeared. But earlier I mentioned that she paints a different picture of Shelley. She held her captive in a room, yes, her own niece by marriage, and she had 2 guys restrain her to keep her from leaving. She was trying to leave for years. She finally left. They restrained her so she wouldn't leave. And I guess they must have brainwashed her. Okay, so keep stirring. All right, now we're going to put the thirds in. Okay. Make sure it's packed. Now you let it chill overnight. Once it's done. Yeah, I had a can of pumpkin left over, so. All right, there we go. It's packed, and then you stir it right away. Keep it from clumping. Now we're going to put the puree in second. And since, guess what? We'll see if we make pumpkin soup, okay? Or worst comes to worst, we cook it in the regular pot. So we're going to stir it up. Okay, now we're going to put this away. Now make sure you close it very tight because brown sugar can harden. So make sure it's closed. Even if you use a clip like this, or it could be a potato chip clip, make sure it's closed because it dries out quick. So, and if it dries out quick and it's really hard, put it in the microwave and it'll loosen up. Let me see how long, about maybe a minute. Keep checking it, but let's see, about under a minute. It should be good, but keep checking it at the same time because you don't want it to melt either. And then we're going to put 2 1/3 vanilla. Oh, it smells like oregano. So, okay. You know what? Let me see here. Yeah, let me wash this. It smells like oregano, so I don't want nothing to smell like oregano, so. All right, now we're going to use this. Okay. I guess not. So I'm going to prefer to use this because it's really damp. Well, just in case, I'll just wash it again. So all right. Okay. Now we're going to actually put all our ingredients, but we're going to put the pumpkin in last. So, okay. All right. Vanilla. Here we go. Okay. Oh, jeez. Yeah. It might be a half. Here it is. I'll just put half of this. Okay, there. All right. Jeez. Yeah. Don't want to waste. Is the counter dirty? I don't think so because I cleaned it the other day. So we're going to stir this up. And then 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So let's get our cinnamon. Cinnamon. Let's see here. Okay, there we are. So let's see. Where is that pesky cinnamon? I know it's around here somewhere. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Here it is. Okay, here we are. We got the cinnamon. Yeah, and we got the nutmeg out. Another blooper. So, okay. So, and I'm going to use this for another recipe if I could find it. So, all right. But at the same time, if you want to get pine nuts, I suggest you either go to Target or Walmart, because everywhere else is going to be expensive. And Giant Eagle, the chain, had a bottle this small, and it was $7. So go to either Target or Walmart. Okay. Now we're going to put the 2 teaspoons of cinnamon in. Oh boy. The onion pill went in there. So, okay. All right. I'm going to stir this up too. All right, so stir it up. And then next fall, if I cook other things in there, I will make this too. Okay. So we're going to keep stirring this. All right, now we're going to just put 1/3 of nutmeg. It's all grounded up. It's 1/3. So don't put it like so much in because it's so strong. So there's your 1/3. And then we're going to put this back. And then it also wants ginger. But then a 1/2 tablespoon of vegan butter. So let's get it. Yeah, this is turning out really good. So, and then we're going to grab 2 dessert cups and put it in. Or let's see how many dessert cups I'll put in. All right. Okay, so we're going to put, if you don't have, I'm supposed to put like 1/3 of ginger, but if you don't have it, that's fine. It'll be okay because it's just one ingredient. So stir it up, and then we're going to put 2 cups, maybe 1/4 of pumpkin. Or should we pour the whole thing in? Let's see. We'll see. I'm not going to do it right now. So. Okay. All right, there's 1. If you are only here to smell the spices, so. Smells pretty good. So. But you know what? I wouldn't actually take a baby cow away from its mother to get a milk. But if you want to do it, go ahead. I'm not trying to guilt trip you, but yeah. When they make the milk, they actually get the baby away from its mother. which is horrible. So it's going to be a cruelty-free pumpkin pudding. So, but I'm not going to force anything down your throat. So, all right. Let's see if it equals up. 2 cups. And guess what? Pumpkin is just not for pumpkin pie anymore. You can actually make pumpkin soup. You can even use it as a side dish. So, okay. There we go. Let's see if we end up using the whole thing. Because I don't know if I want to actually wait. There is still some in there, just like maybe another cup in there. Let's see what happens. I mean, it's not such a big deal, but let's see. It looks like it's going to be either 3 or 4 cups more. Let's see. All right, stir it up. So stir this up and then see what we're going to do. Wow, it did work. But you know what? I think it'll work. But it's going to thicken. Now, I'm going to actually, you know what, guys? If you can't get into the chat, I apologize. I sincerely apologize. I am still learning the process of live television. You know what? Okay. Now I'm determining whether I should put the whole thing in there. Okay. Maybe I'll put a, it's starting to look like soup, but you know what? I don't want it to rot, so I'm just going to put the whole can in. So I'm thinking, what if I don't end up using it? Well, so I just don't want to waste. So I'm going to avoid wasting and just stick it in. So here we go. Alrighty. All right. Oh boy, you know what? I am such a repeater. So, only my mother was in there, she'd be scraping this clean. Yeah, she grew up doing that with me and my brother. Oh, it doesn't look so bad. Okay. Keep stirring, and all of it is like brown sugar. 2/3 brown sugar. Okay, so we're going to keep on stirring it. And the reason why I put it in there, so I was afraid that I wasn't going to use it at all. And then, and then it'll wind up rotten. I just don't want to do that. So I'm just putting the whole thing in there. But I would say, well, you know what? I'll let you know tomorrow because it looks like it's going to thicken up as a pudding. So, okay. Now, we're going to actually let it bake. So let's put these in the sink. You know what? It's not really half bad. Oh, good. Oh, boy. I'll take this pumpkin out before it tastes like cinnamon. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. So, got a half cup in there. Don't put an entire cup there because then it'll turn into soup. So now the water just cooks it. So okay, there we go. And you know what? My mother put tomato paste in there. So let's put in tomato paste. So that's what made it thickened. Here we go. Tomato paste. So, oh boy. So we're going to put about 3 tablespoons in. There we go. And then I'll get into that jar later. Hopefully I don't let it rot. Or we can put 2/3 in there. Or maybe 1/3 cups. Yeah, let's put in 1/3 cups. Where is my 1/3 cup? Yeah, 1/3 cups. Let's rinse it out. We don't want it to taste too sweet. So, okay, so here we go. Okay, there. Now we're going to stir it up. We're going to put this in the refrigerator for now. So, yeah, here we go. So, that's what I forgot, the tomato paste. And I'm like, well, because the tomato paste helps it thicken. So, okay. All right. It's going to be almost like pumpkin pie. So, we're going to take all the dessert cups and we're going to put them in. So let's put it on a little bit high. And let it cook up. Let's check on our potatoes. Okay. Finally, it is done. Okay. Take it out of the oven. Where are my oven mitts? Aha. All right. These were my Super Bowl oven mitts. I grab them out every year during Super Bowl day. Okay. All right. Now, at the same time, I'm going to let these cool. I'm going to stir this around. Okay, it's pretty good. All right, it's good. If you were only here to smell it. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put the butter in there. Yeah, let me put the butter in. Only, you know what? Let me see here. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's a half a tablespoon. So, let's see here. I'm just going to grab out. Here we go. I'm just going to grab this out because it's a little bit better. So we're going to put this in. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to let the butter melt in there. Oh my gosh, if you were only here to smell this thing. All right, so I got to clear this up and get ready to bake my potato. See, I'm not going to let you guys go bored. So let's clean off this, close this up. Oh, here it is. All right, and then we're going to actually put this, we're going to let the butter melt first and then take it out. I almost forgot to put the butter in. So a half a teaspoon of butter, which is okay because you don't want too much of it. So, oh my gosh, it smells like pumpkin pie, really. I mean, you can make anything with pumpkin. It can be soup, it can be a side dish, and it can go into a pumpkin. It's just not for pumpkin pie anymore. So, all right, I'm going to have to close this up for now. All right, so we're going to continue. Okay, now we're going to let that cool off a bit. Put this back into the refrigerator. This away. All right. Now we're going to let this boil over. Oh, you know what? It's time to turn on the lights. Here we go. There. All right. Okay. Now we're going to stir this until it boils. And then we're going to put them in dessert cups. Now I didn't get a chance to actually finish off this list or find any more of the unknown channels that we don't know about that's not in the SPTV network. So now all you that, I'll read this off to you if you're watching. Now it's Julia O'Connell. Now I drew up a list of all the channels that weren't here before. Julia O'Connell, Mindy Lynn, Raph Falco, which is at RAFALKO. Barstool Support, Brad Bradley. Dong, D-O-N-G Edwards. Actually, he hit 1.860K, 1,086K, which is not bad. Me, I'm at 1,814. And CC Square, so quick. It's SAREZ. Sucares, I think that's what it is. Bait and Bait. Step Forward Escape. Escape and Doily 315. Now, you guys, the one I read out, get it to Scooter Mom or Antics of a Mama Squirrel, because they handle small channels. Although I know, I'm only aware that Scooter Mom is. Let me check on Antics of a Mama Squirrels. You guys get it to Scooter Mom. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to have to wait until it boils. Okay. All right. Just a little bit more. We're going to cool it off a little bit more. And then we're going to put it back in the oven. Oh, this is just so cool. Okay. So it doesn't look like it's that bad. It actually is pudding. Okay. Now we're going to turn around and get a cup and put it in the refrigerator. And then if I come back Sunday, I'll show it to you. But you know what? Let me show you Sunday's pie. Hold on. Let me get it. Oh, boy. All righty. Okay, there we go. We're going to shut off the heat. All right. Now, okay, it's bubbling up. We're going to let it bubble up for about 5 minutes. Okay. And then I'm going to get the cups. Oh, okay. I'm going to get the cups, put it in. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let those cool off. Now I'm going to grab out all the dessert cups. Let me get it. Okay. We're going to start off with these. Well, maybe 5. Let me get one more. Okay. Okay. Let's stir it up. Okay. So we'll shut this off for now. All right. Now, I'm going to have to make room in the refrigerator. I'm going to set these aside, let it cool off, and then clear a place out in the refrigerator. If you are only here to smell this thing. Okay, so let it cool off a little more because you don't want to burn your hands. So, okay. Okay, once it bubbles up, that's it. Okay. All right, it's bubbling up. Okay, that should be it. It's fine. So we're gonna put. Okay. Boy. You know what? Let me take this. Wipe it up. All right, now I'm gonna take this, put it into the dessert cup. Wow, this is pretty good. You were only here to taste it. Okay, there we are. Here's one. Here's two. Okay, I'm gonna put this in. Hopefully. Oh, this is incredible. If you were only here to taste it. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna put this in here. Looks like it's okay. Now I'm gonna shut this off. All right. Then I'm gonna, after I'm done spooning this out, I'm gonna start on my potatoes. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you my pot pie from the other day, and it was pretty good. So I only had it 2 days ago. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you can use, it's 5 servings. Ah. All right, that should do it. Well, that did it. So then we're going to put this aside. Let it cool off. And if you want, you can also put condensed milk in there. Doesn't necessarily have to be the pumpkin. So put the condensed milk in there. So, okay. Only I put condensed oats in there. So. All right. And there it is. Now we're going to work on our twice baked potatoes. So here we go. Ugh, just gotta put this back in. All right. Here we go. All right. Now, I'm going to cut the top open. Okay. Yeah. Open it up. One by one. I was going to make 6, but you know what? 3's enough because it's going to be too much of it. So now I'm going to grab a tablespoon like this one and then just scoop it out. If it rips a little, then that's okay. Carefully take it out. Each and every one you're going to take out. How many? Oh boy. Okay. It's cooled off a little, so it's okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so split the top open. Okay. Now we're gonna spoon it out. Ooh. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna take this last one out. And I'm really sorry about the dead silence. I don't know of any other story. Let's see. Of course, back in the summer, or it was last summer, yeah, Erica was arrested by this is what I want to bring up. Now, not only they cost, it does cost taxpayers money because food stamps does, but however, Scientology actually would I guess, would tell their followers to get food stamps. One of them actually did, and he was given aid from the Aftermath Foundation. So before he was collecting food stamps. So in other words, oh yeah, I mean, they actually see those Scientologists coming and applying for them, and they work these long hours. I think they know it, so they let them have it. And of course, Trump will actually take it away and put a 20-hour requirement on there, which is not right, because it's for people who are down on their luck, the homeless, people who lost their jobs. Not right. So yeah, they saw them coming, and they saw him coming, in other words. All right, now we are going to stuff these. So we're going to leave these aside. We're going to grab every vegetable we see. I think I'll put... Yesterday, I made lima beans yesterday. Of course, I'll throw it in there. There we go. Okay, so I'll mix it up. Okay, let's see. Oh boy, it's close to 2 hours that I was in here. Then after I'm done, I'm going to definitely show you the pie that I made yesterday. Or no, the day before, I would think. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, we stir this up. Okay, and it's there. And now I'm going to put mixed vegetables in, so hang in there. Okay, so maybe I'll put like, oh geez. Oh wow. Let's see. Here we go. Maybe a couple of spoons in there. Okay. So 2 of these half cups would be 1 cup. Let's see here. Okay. All right. And then stir this up. And yeah, Aaron had him about maybe 1 year ago, 2 years ago. Yeah, the years are just going by really fast. So, and it's been a year since I've had this YouTube show. And I did everything from talking about bumblebees to talking about animals that were abused by Scientology, including a journalist by the name of Joel Sapple, whose dog was poisoned. And then you know that one of Danny Masterson's victims, Chrissy Bixler and her husband Cedric Bixler, he's in the rock band. Scientology killed their dogs. And then Scientology managed to actually kill Stacy. She was, I forgot her last name, but they managed to convince animal control that she was abusing the dogs. And so guess what happened? Dogs ended up being put to sleep, all because of Scientology. And then one child was SA. Now she's an older woman. She's a little older now, or a lot older. I don't know. And she was SA'd, and at the same time, they were threatening her while hurting the animals, and she saw it. And making a long story short, the kittens died. Then one of them survived. You know what? I forgot. So, and it started all the way back to L. Ron Hubbard. So, all right, I think that should be it. Oh. And now we're going to put maybe possibly 1.5 cups of cheese, or maybe 1 cup of cheese in there. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, the cheese. All right. This is the last pack, so let's put it in. Now, of course, like I mentioned, this mint cashew, so let's pour it in. And then that'll do it. So we're going to mix it up and then stick it into the baked potatoes. So it's going to be twice baked potatoes. I'm going to stir in the cheese. So this is maybe a cup, maybe 1.5 cups left. So it is a vegan cheese. So, or if you want to use regular cheddar, I can't stop you. So it's okay. I'm not going to cram anything down your throat. So it's okay. I get it. Because I don't like getting things crammed down my throat either. So my cousin does that to me all the time, and it's okay. All right. All right. All right. Now we're going to start putting in these. Make sure they don't break on you. All right. And then we're going to stick it back in the oven. Now, let's see how many we can get in. Okay. So just put vegetables, no cream, no butter, just the vegetables. This is the twice baked potato with vegan cheese, vegetables. Okay. So let's put another one in. If it doesn't fully, oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I'll make this the last one. So make sure it doesn't actually tear. So we're going to put an extra one in here. Oh, and okay. Then we're going to stick it back in the oven. Sorry, I'm boring you all. Okay, let me see here. What else is going on? Now, I saw Jessica Pomadessa's short, and it's I Rock. Of course, it's part of my parents' Middle Eastern countries or Mediterranean countries. Okay, now let's see if I can get the whole thing in this one without it ripping apart. And then I'm going to see what I can do with the last ones by shoving them into those two. So it tears. It did tear a little bit on these. Okay, there we go. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I am doing a project right now, and it's very secretive. I'm not going to say what it is. And I actually, okay, there. Now I'm going to put the rest into these, whatever amount I can put in there. Okay, let's see here. I'm just going to shove them in there. So, and okay. Now put as much in as you can. And then we're going to shove it back in the oven. That's why they call it twice baked potatoes. Okay. Now I just decided to actually use my fingers to actually shove them in there. So, all right. So just stick it in as much as you can. All right, so there we go. We made it with vegetables. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So there we are. Shoved as much in as I can. All right. And then afterwards, I am going to show you okay. All right. So get in as much as you can in there. So, and now it's been, I don't know how long since I last made it, because last time I made this, I used regular cheese, and that looked like my cholesterol went up because of it. So it's been a while since I had it. So now put more into this one. We're going to get in much as we can. Just shove it in there, no matter what. Now, I made 3. So there's 3 potatoes, and it's a side dish, technically, sort of speaking. And you can have it with the green, and let's see. You can have it with, let's see, other side dishes. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now, I'm going to put some more in this one. I'm going to equally divide it up. I don't want to eat it. All right. So, here we go. Just shove in as much as you can. All right. We got this, and then we'll be done. Just shove them all in there. Just stuff them. Or we can call it stuffed potatoes, but no, I'm calling it twice baked potatoes because the original one, I think, might have cream in it. I don't know. I'll look it up and see. I keep saying I'm going to look something up, but I never do. So, you know what? That should do it. Now we're going to put it into the oven, and it's going to bake again. Oh my gosh. So there we go. Twice baked potatoes. Only I made mine with vegetables and a little bit of cheese. All right. Okay. All right, so now we're going to put it into the oven. And then let it cook some more. Voila. Of course, let me turn this on again. Okay. And there we go. All right. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Okay. And let's look at this. Voila. The pot pie from Sunday. When we prepared the dough the previous day, it got a little soft, but take it out a little bit and then put it back in, but roll it gently. So there we go. Doesn't that look so fabulous? So I guess I can use that whole recipe, pie crust recipe for pies too. So, all right, so that should do it. I'm going to put it back into the refrigerator. All right. Okay, so, move this up here. And, geez. Okay, let's see. I'm going to move this over a bit. You know what? I'm going to put it away after. Okay, everybody, that should do it for today. Trying to work on Buy Me a Coffee. Of course, I ran into some snags in the whole thing. You want to donate to my channel? You can do it through PayPal. I'm leaving it in your hands. You can give me whatever amount you want. It can even be $1. So, and if you can't afford to keep my channel running, don't bother paying me. Just watch. So, hit the like, press subscribe, and maybe I'll see you maybe on Sunday or maybe Monday when I do my arts and crafts. And I will definitely add in an extra days. See you later.